Good evening. I've been doing stuff today. And that stuff is basically just a, let's see, tattoo. It looks a lot like a, one of those, your first network thingies. Because it's kind of is. I had the idea of actually making a, like, learning some Godot networking. Amongst other things. So one thing that is happening here is that this is awful. Like there is a nav mesh going on here, which is why like going top left like finds the corner and not the actual top left of the character. Like there's a bunch of issues here, but in general we have like a some sort of like game, right? Multiplayer. There's also pinging going on here, which is good, I hope. So let's enlarge. Player ID player. Why doesn't that exist? Well, I haven't made the function. That might be why. But yeah, I had some ideas when it came to like video games in general. And one of the ideas that I really like is, let's see, let's close these and that. There we go. Yeah, so the idea I really like is that back in the Warcraft 3 days, there was a bunch of like maps that were basically like party boss killing maps. Music. Yes, there we go. Yeah, and I do miss those kinds of things, like Orc Gladiator and all that. And I think there is a game that does this, which is called Rabbit and Steel, which is very reminiscent of Final Fantasy XIV boss battles. So my idea was that make some sort of game where you can easily script boss battles. These boss battles would be very similar to Final Fantasy XIV, where they are like mostly driven by like zones that will deal damage, like this. And everyone who's played Fantasy XIV knows what I mean, like the red circles. I don't know if that will ever be realized, but I'm taking it as a kind of tutorial to learn how Godot networking works and what doesn't work. And in terms of that, I have more or less replicated the players, the player characters. The player characters are replicating their position, velocity, and later on look angle. Because they're just like an angle-less blob right now. They just have a position. And of course, the players, where you can share names and the IDs So you have like each client will have a list of players that's connected, and which is what you see up here in the top right. Like these are two connected players, and yeah, the ping between them. The fuck? You fix one thing and the next one's broken. Did I name it this? There we go. Hopefully that's the last of the issues. Surely it's the last of the issues, right? Yeah, it is. Cool. So yeah, the thing I want to make is some sort of way of creating a damage zone. Like, again, you know, Final Fantasy 14, they have this like, oh, it creates a circle on the ground that is like slowly fills up, and when it is filled up, that's when it grabs its targets. Because I think you can do a lot with that. Like, I mean, they've created Final Fantasy 14 out of that. And sometimes it goes overboard, and preferably I would hide those between cooler animations and all that, but that is not happening right now, right? So I'm not sure how this will work. Like, this is very unplanned. For sure. So we'll see what happens. I don't know how to make these. Because I guess there could be a shader that needs to be done. I have made one actually, but it was something completely different. So maybe some sort of shader. I have no clue how to make shaders, so bear with me. Because this probably needs a mesh, and then that probably needs a cylinder, which is very small, like 0. Not even that, like 10 centimeters. Because, and then you make it like 1 meter in diameter. Well, because then we can basically use like one scale is 1 meter, and then we can scale it up and down properly. Unless we go in and set the mesh instance. I think you can do that in runtime. Right, so hold on, emission. Let's make a color constant. These are normally red, right? Oh yeah, red that way. I didn't just write it. Okay, so emissive red, and let's put this material, this shader here. Constant. We probably don't want an albedo at all, so it's just a emissive thing. I don't know if metallic make a difference. Yeah, it's just emissive now, so it's just red. And then there, I guess the like scalar, like how do you do this? Scalar load constant, no, variables, float parameter. This is basically lerping, and that uses a, this is called lerp value. Range, yeah, 0 to 1. And then we can lerp from invisible. Mix vector 4, I guess. But I think people who know things do this. I guess we have to pick out we send the alpha up here, I guess. Whoa. If we don't take time, let's use the lerp value. Okay, so it's opposite. I mean, I guess this is like the simplest way, like it goes to just being visible, right? It's easy to understand why all games do this. And we don't, like, if we can just get something to work, and then we can look at it later, right? So, and now we need a script to set this variable all the time. Okay. And this should be pretty simple, because what we need is basically to have a let's call it fill time, because that's what I'm doing right now. And with this, let's just queue free it. And yeah, we need to make a feed instance. Name and value. I guess this is slurp value. Hold on, math. It's alive4 divided by fill time, right? 0.5 divided by 1. No, other way around. Fill time divided by active alive4. Meaning that, like, if it has 3 seconds alive fill time and it's been alive for 1.7 seconds. No. One 0.7 divided by 3. Yeah. Let's try it the first time around. Quick loads. And a circle. That. You probably need to make it into like a material sort. And we also probably needed to make something different for each whatever they're called. Geometry for each shape. So like if we need a box or like a box of a cube of some sort, we will have to make something different. So if we for now export this one, put the damage circle. Oh, not that script. The scene. Maybe it should have the better naming scheme. Nah, fuck that. It doesn't hate. Other one. Did it disappear? Yeah, so the timer kind of works, I guess, but this doesn't work. I guess I have to get the material. This looks so promising. This might not be an instance shader. Oh no, not material instances again. I mean, it's fine, right? We can just make one. Does this do anything? Yeah, shader material. wrong, right? Oh yes, surface first, material second. Okay, Godot. Create material instance. This is the same thing that happens in Unity. I think this happens by default in Unreal or something, because you never have to do this manually. Resource local to scene. Edit the material of the... Okay. There. This might be too much. That's it. Okay, that's not doing what I expected. Let's see. Godot set material parameter. It's only use this. Maybe this works. Yeah. Imagine so. You have to get the material out of this instant, this mesh. This should give us some cool output. Maybe I should. It's something, right? Active material 0. All right. Can you make this into some sort of wave thingy? It would be fun to actually learn shaders at some point. But this will probably do for now, right? We're just testing stuff. There it is. Okay. And now we need some cool way to spawn these, I guess. I would also like to tell the people who make Godot that this is the most arranged location of a shader editor ever. I don't know if you can even move it. Guess you can detach. Yeah, so you would do something like this and put that on its own screen. I think that's the best way. Okay. And it's also this. Because I do want these to be sent from, like, it's currently a peer-to-peer solution. But I do want them to create the damage circles on each client based on the ping from the one who sends it. Because we can fix that. That's something we can fix. Because then we can add the ping to this, and we should have a very, very simple rollback time, like a rollback solution. It's not rollback, like it's. We start a bit later with the alive for thing, and if for anything that's like even remotely over like 100 milliseconds, it won't be noticeable. Like it's not a thing that you will notice when playing. Like it because you can't react to anything. Like let's say that if we have things that's under 350 milliseconds, that might become an issue because then a delayed the damage circle, it goes from being like incredibly hard to react to being literally impossible. The human limit is at like 0.23 seconds or something. And that's with like Formula 1 drivers on the starting grid when they react to stuff and having a pulse of like 180 whatever. It's like the average person is probably way worse. Okay, so I guess we can just send these through the game mode. This has to be reliable. let's call locally, right? I've literally started learning these today, so bear with me. Call local. And there'll be something like size. Let's go radius. This is actual an error. Just for the hell of it. We need that for later. Let's see, multiplayer get remote sender ID not equal local. If this is a incoming message from someone, we have this, right? This should contain like all the pings and all that. We're going to use this again. Pretty sure this is a integer. Yes. And this returns an integer, which I am not super happy with. It's fine. Did I write void? I did. Where did I go? Oh yeah, he jumped up in the same file. So using this, we should have like a down to the millisecond amount of ping here. This will be a bit difficult to test with just a single client, of course. Like we all, from what I can see, there's like either you have 0 ping or 7 ping. And it should also be divided by 2, because we only want the one trip and not the round trip timer. Right. And now we instantiate it. If I were decent at coding, this would be nice. Hammer circle set radius. Hammer circle set alive for to I4. Now I guess we'll just do have world. There we go. These might be located at some other location at some point, but they are now being added to the scene, meaning that we should be able to do some random things here for now, like some debugging. Just some simple stuff. To say, is it one of those things? I want a nice good lookup. Can you iterate through? Guess I have to do this, right? Is inclusive? Oh, this is good. Oh. It's not an index. Random client ID. Then I guess we'll just do this. Oh yeah. The radius isn't something we need right now, so RPC. Let's see if this works. What? Oh, did I not? Oh yeah, I'm a stupido. I didn't like I. This was a random. No. Oh, the side. Yes. Yeah, I am stupid. I don't want. This is the randomized index. This is a random index, but that will also create a random client ID. Can't you do this? Oh yeah, I can. One day I'll be less colorblind. This is a vector free. I should probably just like recolor a bunch of things in VS Code. Like the warning squiggle line and the I hate this. The warning squiggle line and the error squiggle line is way too close to each other. They're pretty far apart, but like if I look away in a wrong way or whatever, like I sometimes can't see the difference. Okay, this should be better. This is looking good. Oh yeah. I place it in. Good. Oh, is it restart time? Yes. I gotta admit, this was not what I expected. Let's Oh yeah, this one isn't resetting the timer, right? So we're getting a bunch of them. I don't think it's the only issue, but that's one of them. Infinite is not what I want to see. Build time is 0. I guess that's not being set. That can make sense. I guess we can make a few process. One to 3 seconds, I guess. It spawns in as 100%. That's not super good looking. Already polishing. Hopefully this. I mean, it's damage circles. Hold on. Was that? We need a way higher interval and a, for now, way higher maximum, because I think they were multiples that had the same. Yeah. When I have multiple outs, it looks like they are modifying the same material. Okay, so that's not good. Maybe I should be like proper and make this into like an actual material. Material. Oh. Instead of just having it here, we could clear it. Load the actual material. Go. Material instance. Surely they have a... I don't know, like this feels like one of those things that you just have to figure out at some point. Is this like this thing from 5 years ago and says you just use resource local to scene? Yeah, exactly. If true, the resource is duplicate for each instance of all scenes using it. At runtime, the resources can be modified in one scene without affecting the other scenes. Yes, that's exactly what I want. Maybe the fact that it wasn't a resource meant that it couldn't or something. Because this should then work, right? It doesn't work. Guess we'll try this again. Yeah, no, nothing happens. I mean, if this isn't working, there has to be like... Here we go. Now they're individually doing stuff. I've never... There's probably a good reason for this. Like, works over the internet. Well, cool. Yeah, so I've never understood the like idea of material instances not being like the default, and the like weird thing would be to share them, because it's literally only for like what's it called, performance reasons that you do this, right? Because then you can like modify a single material. That same material is used on multiple things, and therefore it's easier. But it feels like instance materials is such a like common thing that I don't know, like it feels like it should be the standard. There's probably some graphics person that could um, tell me why I'm wrong. I don't know a graphics person like that, so I'm right. Okay. I kind of want these to snap to the floor. How do you do this? Because I have a both a nav mesh, and a like a static thing under this with a collision as well. I guess there is a raycasting option here. Okay, Go.raycast. Okay, so are they smoking? Space state get world 3D direct space. Oh yeah. Then we create a query. From our position. And guess y is upright. It's y positive down or y negative? What can we do with this? L is a space state. Physics direct space state 3D. It's rolls off the tongue. So I'm interested to know if this is an area, right? No, it's a body. Okay, so I forget this in. And then said get rid, yeah. I kind of feel like the Unreal way is a bit simpler. Let's see, I don't have this function right. This is the most deranged thing I've ever seen. Oh, fuck. This will only happen on the first physics frame, I hope, then. We'll see. I'm not convinced about this. Neither is Godot. So that's, we have that one in common. Oh yeah, it's dictionary. Faster look up. If I learn how to program, this would be way easier. Is it called metadata? Metadata of collider. You get something else? Yeah, now it's below the player. Nice. Cool. It works. This feels like this will break this second I introduce an cooler geometry in the world. But hey, good enough for me. All right, what now? It would be nice to do like radius. The radius now is half a meter, right? It's a 1 point. Can you get units? You view in the here? Because it's sometimes like hard to know like what the scale is. No, the radius is 1 meter. Is setting the type is it cylinder mesh? That. So I guess if we randomize the radius a bit, might have some fun with that too. In the same order. Why does it hate me? Oh. Of course, you need some logic for this, so a too big one doesn't last. Too short or something. Go bigger. A bit too much, right? Yeah. Okay, so how do these deal damage then? That's sent to as with the damage circle. I guess it's simplest to do on the server. Let's create a function for this instead, so we just don't remove it. We actually do something with it. So like a very simple thing would be to do like so now we should have the players. Let's just for now damage circle expired players in range. There we go. That actually just gets them. Cool. Guess we could. And also extra data in here. In case you want to do some, like, do 40% damage if you're farther away or something. If I click this, will I just get this kind of music? Kind of. It's so annoying that it seems like I guess it's just algorithm stuff when it comes to like YouTube and all that. Because VTuber is not a genre as far as I know, but I guess people who do listen to Demon Dice also listen to other VTuber like music. While I would rather have Demon Dice plus other similar sounding artists. Because surely there's at least one more. Right. Players currently don't have like life bars or anything. So I guess that is a good start. Let's commit for now. Don't even have a remote for this yet, but that's later. All right. Am I doing this correctly or am I doing this quickly? Quickly. For now, this will just be a float. In the future, like life in the future, like you want to send more information here. Like, for example, if you make something similar to Path of Exile, you want to have your entire defense thing here. Like this is just quick stuff right now, so I don't think that's particularly important. Actually, do want to use the rounded values. I wonder if it should even be like a actual event. We're dead. Do not take damage. Yeah, like it should be. I don't even know if there should be a specific like player died event too. Probably. Oh, we should probably send the player to. This event data is way simpler, right? Because we only need to send the player. Or I guess also damage. Let's look like overkill. What would the overkill be? Like life from minus life. Is it like this? Oh, that doesn't look right. Okay, we know we died. Say that we take 30 damage, we have 20 life. I mean, we know this is 0. I guess it's life from minus amount, but absolute. We have 30 life, 20 life, we take 30 damage, it's minus 10, therefore the overkill is 10. I'm ready for the off by 1 issues. This could also be just be 0. 0 overkill means that you just about died. But how do we make deal the damage? Oh, I can remove this. I stole this from the interwebs. Because it would be nice if the damage circle didn't weren't the one that dealt damage. Like it's very simple to do. Like, oh, hello player, deal damage like that. Like I could do this, of course, but this should preferably link back to some skill or whatever that actually deals the damage. Like, hey, skill, you deal damage to this player. But then we need like a reference from the damage circle to the skill that it should use. Which is just like it's not impossible to do that for sure. Just a bit annoying to do through RPCs. But we don't have to. We only need to do this on server and then replicate the damage event. This should be a RPC. And therefore life should be exported. And a bit ugly because I set a rep in front of these to make sure that these are replicated, don't write to them. Maybe that should be live too. Yeah. Rep basically means don't do this if you don't have authority. No, it shouldn't be. It could desync actually. If it never desyncs, we don't have to do this. And surely that would never happen. This doesn't need to exist in the world. I'm not sure if this is proper. But I was thinking of something like hit player. I don't know how object-oriented or like inheritance works in GDScript. Surely that works, right? You should be able to like override functions, right? Ugh. Doesn't seem like there's a like override keyword. Because I would like to have something like that, just to show that I am aware that I'm overriding. Because there will be many of them. What's Godot say about this? Fuck it, we ball, I guess. Let's play a character. Of course. Yeah, and that says that it doesn't match the parents and all that. I just wish there was a like very obvious, yo, you're not doing the correct thing. What is default? Because we would probably redo a bunch of these, right? Like reuse this. All right. There's a bunch of data being sent in this one now. Because we need to have like at least two parameters, which is like source unit, which is like an enemy, and then source skill, I guess. Like that's the bare minimum. Because we can of course have more units and more skills, but you can't send objects. That's one of like the real fucking bad things about Godot. It doesn't serialize. For RPCs, it doesn't serialize objects. So we need to like send a ID or something. Which of course means that we can be smart about it and make a completely unreadable system, as you always do when you're smart. Okay, so we need to send an ID for that we know is the same on both sides. I mean, it's not that that's not impossible. Not at all. Like it's very doable. I have this open. This is like the source code for Godot, just because so I don't accidentally click the wrong Visual Studio and start it, rather than VS Code. From now on, since we don't have the concept of enemy in here, we probably just send two zeros here. I need to go to the bathroom, so leave you with the wonderful tunes of Demon Dice. We are back. I'm back. This probably needs to be fixed at some point. Do we need to create an enemy? I mean, we need one sooner or later. Interesting. Like, I'm one of those like bot sellers, like just writing my chat and whatnot, and just being instantly banned. But they had like the blood purple thing from 2023. Most engaged members of Twitch in 2023. I mean, it has to be a stolen account, right? Because surely it has not gone like unpunished for basically 2 years. Hold on, let me check this dashboard. It's better for this. Because like I think the last time around I did like check one of these accounts, they got like banned instantly. Account created 2022. It's so interesting, like can we is this account? Yeah, like this is like a real person, right? Not sure if I should show it because like, but they have like 29 followers. They've written a about page. They have a Twitter link. I mean, one follower, one following. So I got like, but it's too much effort to be like just a throwaway account, right? Yeah, like this person has streamed before. That's interesting. So it has to be like a stolen account. It sucks. I don't know if it's like still available, like if they're still using it, but yeah, it's if it like is someone that is using that account just to watch or whatever, it's so weird, right? Okay. Can you have an array of stuff? Just enemy. Don't you have packed scenes here? Packed int, float, string. This makes me believe that we shouldn't do it like this. You have the script skills. But what we do need is export enemy ID. There we go. Where's our play character? Let's just make a mesh. Hey guys, Sandro. Hope you're doing good. I did stream last Friday, I think, but it was a kind of a despair Kenshi stream. It's not even white girl music. It's VTuber white girl music. It's even worse, man. But yeah, probably. If this is white girl music, maybe I'm just a white girl on the inside or something. Yeah, let's call it deep. I'm doing another thing. Let's see if it's in a working state. I am trying to do like just the Final Fantasy 14 gameplay. Avoid the circles. Just now, like now it's just creating circles on the player, but like maybe there could be something that you can do, like a boss fight, because hold on, it's multiplayer, so you can create a server and then join the server, and then you can like, hey, let's play video games together like the friends we are and all that. And this is development time 1 day basically. So it is not at all perfect. The primary reason is to learn multiplayer in Godot. Oh, it's the actual worst. Like, you think things work, and then you realize that there's no guarantee that packets arrive or in the right order. Game engines luckily do a lot to help us, but yeah, like I guess you're like, as a web dev, you're like you come across like UDP and TCP as protocols, I would assume. And web dev is so nice because you can just use TCP connections because they're it like fast enough, but like you can't do that in game dev because TCP packets are way too slow. Meaning that we have to guess and then fix all the issues. um, right now, I'm also trying to make some sort of enemy that has skills that will trigger these damage circles instead of just creating them randomly on tick. But yeah, it's mostly make me understand what I need to do in terms of Godot networking. And we'll see what happens because like there's I think I have it here. There's this game. If you haven't seen this, like it's probably look at the video, right? Yeah, like is this even showing it? Like it's basically just a game that's only Final Fantasy 14 boss fights, which is super cool. And it's kind of that's kind of the aim for it. If I can make it good enough. There's a lot of circles to avoid and like get away from other players and all that. And maybe we like in the like very far future, maybe you could connect this to the Steam workshop and have people share bosses between each other. Yeah, like it's a very simple enough concept because like Final Fantasy 14 boss fight. Like surely we can just find like thank you. This one. Like this is a very simple concept to make in video games. I don't know enough about shaders to make it look good right now, but maybe at some point. These are also using projection and not whatever I'm doing. Like this is a very simple thing to do, and seeing as like Final Fantasy 14 is as popular as it is, like it seems to be fun enough to play, I guess. And I also want to have more games that are beat bosses with your friends because there's too few of those. And we used to have them all the time during the Warcraft 3 era when random kids went onto the Warcraft 3 editor, took random monster, gave it 3 million HP, and then just opened up 12 slots on their map and let's go kill it. Yeah, I mean, I have friends and whatnot that I can ask when it comes to like things, but like I did actually make some sort of shader earlier today, which is not common for me to do. It's a very simple one. Like the damage circles, every frame they do set their like the like a lerp value, which is this alpha, so they become like more and more visible. I don't know how to make like the Final Fantasy 14 like circle that expands from the middle, but that's also like very possible to do. But I probably just need 20 minutes with my friend of mine and we can fix it. Yeah, I mean, of course, like you can also try to learn it yourself. I kind of want to make sure that the code works first, so we're doing emissive colors and very simple shapes here. This is an enemy, as you can see. But now we just need to figure out how to spawn it. Right. Let's just... Yes. I don't really have it like a concept of, oh, the game has started. I just kind of start. We also need another spawn point, I guess. This is a player spawn point, but maybe those should be... Why should I have two spawn points? Like two types of spawn points. I can just do a thing. I love when two things have the same amount of characters because it makes the code look better when they're on the same column and all that. This should not be a player spawn point, it should just be a spawn point. Guess this fucked things up. They understand this. They did kind of. Let's remove them and no, that one. Should be spawn points. Might need to restart Godot for this. Sometimes it's not really... Oh, it's a ride. Cool. And don't know why I even update this text. Player spawn points. This is not what you're supposed to spend time on in smaller projects, but here we are. We like rename things slightly in the scene tree based on what they are able to spawn. This doesn't make sense at all. I hate this. Yes, I actually do hate this. Why does it hate me? Oh. Guess there's some issue. Oh, that's... Not return, continue. There you go. Guess we have to place some spawn points again. Sure. Here we go, that's a few spawn points. Should probably be on the world. Don't care about the order. Do they work? No. Why no work? 7? Spawn points. Yeah, this is bad. Alright, let's do it for real. Seems to be working better. Yeah, those errors are to be expected. Cool. We should probably have this going on. There should probably be some sort of function. But that's later on. Let's create a their spawn point. Oh, there it is. I have no clue how it got up there, but this is now our enemy spawn point. These can't spawn enemies. There we go. Wasn't under the impression I did something. 97. Didn't I? spawn points. What? This is an array, my dude. Did I forget to save or something? I guess. I don't like how I was under the floor there for a bit. Classic video games. Just move the spawn points slightly up and everything works. It's like the oldest trick in the book. Alright. Do I make a proper like start screen or whatever? Or do I just spawn it? I guess I'll just spawn it. It has already become a function. Will this work? I think that is safer because I do know what it does then. This spawn points. Game instance get world get valid spawn point true false. Oh no. Might get pirate software about this. So use true and false. It is slightly cleaner. We can figure this thing out even before spawning. Spawning a player here is probably wrong to begin with, but this is wrong. I don't want to be right. $47. What are you talking about? What the hell is this? Type of child is that type of spawn point stat. Because this doesn't make sense. Is 24 just like the... like everything is 24? Seems to be, right? Because these are different types and there's all 24. Godot, find child of type. There's an is. Like this. Yeah, that's way better. I think I used that type of somewhere else, yeah. That should be nicer. That makes sense. Let's that print. Where was enemy type, I guess. See in game mode, and this probably means it's time to restart Godot. Look at our enemy. So beautiful. It doesn't have any collision. It's not also not getting a correct position. Maybe I just didn't set that. That is true. I mean, it is like, I wouldn't call this ASMR, but like just seeing some like development going on is pretty like nice. Just to have that on the screen. And sometimes it's like very slow TV, right? Nothing is happening for a long time, and then I say, look at this, and we take a look at something and laugh at how bad it is. Yeah, it's not ASMR, of course, but because then I wouldn't do it. Because I get the flight or the flight or fright or flight or fright fight. What's it called? The flight or fight, right? That's a movie. Expression. I fucking hate ASMR. Fight or flight. Yeah, exactly. Like it's I can't stand like ASMR stuff at all. But I can really enjoy just someone there, you know? I mean, I'm on the level of if someone has a non like a stereo mic, that is an unwatchable stream to me. Like if you don't have a microphone that's mono, that's like, what are you doing? I don't think I can even. Yeah, like if I. No, I can't set it. Fuck. It's because my mic is mono, of course. So I'm thinking. Yeah, I mean, well, not, like it's just not something I enjoy. Some other people do. Fun for them. Don't include me. Let's see if this works. There we go. Here's our enemy. Need to make a material for. Oh no, I might fuck this up completely. We need a new resource shader. Unit shader, yes. Here's selecting shaders. Shades are so fucked. Because what I basically want to do is like constant color and have like a color for you, a color for enemy, and a color for your companion. Blue. I'll just write it. Off. At like 90. Too dark. Green and red. Cool. We have colors. Yeah, I mean, that's also one thing that you could do. Right now, it's mostly to be able to properly see stuff. And I also want to learn more about shaders. Because, like, doing this is not too difficult, right? Now it's going to be super blue. If we open up our enemy, test enemy, and give it a shader. Shader material, I guess, works for now. Unit shader. It's now very sparkling. Let's do a constant 0. There we go. Now it's very blue without using any light. But now we of course we want to do this for like a int. How do you do this? Switch int. You add stuff to this. Because you could have like a team. Let's see, range 0 to 2. But I guess I have to 2 switches. Because you can't use like integer math in shaders more or less. which makes this a hell of a lot more difficult. Alright. Why would this be black of all things? This won't work. More here? Yeah. Let's do this so I can see it. Alright. How would I do this? We have an invariable. I guess we can split it into two. Yeah, there's probably a good way of. Let's see. Then we make like his friend. Oh, this might work. Why would I do this? You just do something like this, right? Oh. If we are friend. False, it returns this. This is awful. Guess YouTube took a turn for the worse. Let's return to Spotify. That at 600 decibels. Not exactly. There we go. I think this is how you do it in shaders. So you are blue, I guess, or whatever this result comes. I think this is the one of the best shaders that has been done in video game history. Up there with basically anything from any modern game. So if we now save this, we should have some parameters. I don't know why it's white. Oh, it mixes scalars. This. Perfect. This should be put on the player too. Let's see. Need to make a material. Unit material. Might have to do the whole instancing thing, right? Play character. Need my copy paste code. Zip. It's called Mesh Instance 3D. Simple enough. Friendly, I guess. It's local, it's local player. Player. It's friend. Let's rename that. And then we have to figure out if multiplayer has something I did. It's multiplayer for it. This also should now update when we pass the multiplayer authority. Like that. But why? Where are my player characters? Aren't they in the world? What's going on? Yeah, there's a players. Oh, I play a character C. Don't register player. It should be directly on in world. Where is it? I only see spawn points here. It's clearly here. Like, it's odd. That path not being taken. No. Am I completely good? Yes, but more than I thought I was. Oh, there they are. They just don't work. This is tradition. Hash instance free. So this is actually working. Did I not update this? No. Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe if I set the shader to the material, it will work. Hell yeah. I wonder why I'm not working within graphics. Okay, where do we create our enemy? Wanted up there, by the way. Just move this multiplayer spawner in here. Guess we could just use the one that's already here. Potentially. But it did update, but yeah, we need to fix the positioning because for whatever reason it doesn't update properly. I think we should have the same. Like, there is probably a world where let's see. Can't do that. There's probably a world where enemy and player share the same base type. That on chain. I guess we'll during process. What did player? More or less like if you don't control this, just whatever. What's this? Oh, it doesn't exist at all. Nice. Yeah, that makes sense. Hold saves strings. Change. Okay, so exist. Yeah, there we go. Now it exists on the correct place on both lines. Nice. That's a start. Can you replicate what's it called? Dictionaries. Godot replication array. I love when you search for replication array and then it doesn't show up anything. Scene replication. Doesn't mention the word array. Let's just see what it says. Export. Because chances are that it might work, but it will hate the fact when I put something that's like something bad in it. Let's remove this and I don't know, some array append ram. Alright, maybe it was a bit too many numbers, but I can, from the looks of it, actually do this. This array, from the looks of it, does do things. Alright, that's number 2. Can I send? A string. It's way too. I mean, it hates me for like doing too much data. That, I mean, that's fine because it is just overkill. Okay, that's number 3. What if both? This is very interesting. Can do that. I guess as long as it's not stupid things, like objects, this will work. That's really good information. Because what we then can do is like ground skill. And this will be like a resource path. Is this load? Oh, we could use a multiplayer spawner and hope it doesn't desync. I love hoping it doesn't desync. Yeah, I think that's better, right? Send the packed scene, I guess. Can this be a pattern, or is it just a scene? Feels like it's scenes. Guess I have to make a thing. Does that make sense? Making a scene per skill? Because these are just the script files. It doesn't make sense. Are the skills supposed to send RPCs? I would think yes. And in that case, it's much easier to do that through scenes. Because scenes doesn't have to be like a thing. Like they don't have to exist or like be visible, right? That let's do like scene that's called skill. In this case, it's random AoE. Because then this could of course have like replicated values and all that. The multiplayer spawner would then this is the bad part, that you have to add each skill to this. I think there's ways around it through like we can make a editor tool that does like find everything under this thing and adds it to this list. I think that's possible. I don't think that's an issue. Okay. Guess we need to end this. Test enemy GD extends enemy. That's not how you spell class name. No, we don't have to do this. Of course. Don't need a multiplayer spawn at all. But we do need a ready function. This should be a packed scene, I suppose. Good spell. This would be way easier. Why doesn't this exist? It's right here. Oh, again. It would be way easier to do this if I could write. I just like the idea that I wrote this same, like I misspelled this the same way twice in two different places. Maybe I shouldn't work for this long every day because it's now 3 places. I think this is actually just Godot fucking me. Sometimes it just like restores. You have some issues here. Some array not be expected. Would it be an issue if you updated this without Cool. Then our test enemy here. Oh yeah. If we give it ring, what's the okay? I don't know what causes Godot to overwrite. I change it sometimes. I haven't figured out one now. Let's see. It's our cool enemy. Go. That's the skill. Random AoE. And that now means that each like enemy skill and enemy becomes just a place where we put game logic. Which means I have to script bosses to figure this out more further. That won't happen today, I think. Far too late. I have been hours now. Maybe it's time to do something else. What day is it? Tuesday. Maybe I should do like a go through the PathXL2 patch stream tomorrow. Think about builds. Because I won't have time on Thursday. Unless I find this way too fun tomorrow. I want to like tinker around with like scripting, maybe like replicate a PathXL file like at Syria or something. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, that's for tomorrow. I'm calling it here. Thanks a lot for watching, and have a nice night and evening and all that. Yeah, have a nice one. See ya.